Yeah.
I was homeless. Yes.
Jeez.
And I had to send my kids up to Michigan to
Yeah.
live with my mom and their grandparents.
Yeah.
I was I don't know, that was one of the most I had just had liposuction done. I was fresh off the table. Like I'm still walking around with the garment on.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was supposed to be in the bed resting, just I was I was I don't know, like I was surviving, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was my after high school days and shit. After that, what happened after that? Did I get a job? I know I got a job somewhere. Where did I work at after Will? He wanted me to marry him,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom told me I couldn't, even though I didn't know back then. I still could have.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, what do you
I went
mean?
vegan,
Okay, yeah.
and I'm like, my mom said I can't. I'm too
You didn't think about going to
young.
the army? That's what I was
Listen,
like.
first daughter at 23, and
Mm-hmm.
my roommate at the time, which me and her are still friends to this day. We was like, she's like, I'm going to the army, so she had the recruiter come over to her house. So I just happened to be there. He's like, yeah, you should think about going to the army too. So I was like, I said, well, what we got to do to get there? He like, you got to go to boot camp and you got to take this test. And you got to do all this shit.
Uh-huh.
I called my mama. I was telling her like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the army. I'm taking Cherish with me. That's my oldest daughter. My mom like, you can't take Cherish with you.
Oh.
What? And so I was like, I ain't going no damn army. I can't take my baby.
Yeah,
So I didn't. I wasn't going anyway. I was just playing for
you're
real.
just
But
playing, seeing what it was like though, testing the waters.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah, that's funny you said that. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I ain't going no damn army. Mm-mm.
So you went to Indianapolis. You've been to Bridgeport, Saginaw. You ended up in Atlanta eventually.
I did.
Yeah. Where
And
in the South? Atlanta was your main place.
yeah, and I lived in Miami and Atlanta.
Miami and Atlanta. How you end up in the South? South is another world, as you know.
Baby, I ended up in the South because I had left Jamal, the guy who I was just telling you about, who taught me that I was a leader. I
Okay.
had left him and moved with my sister. She lived in
Ah.
Ohio. Yeah,
Okay.
she lived in Ohio,
Okay.
and Ohio is too slow for me.
Of
And
course.
my goal, period, I always used to say I wanted to move to Jacksonville, Florida. I don't know
Mm.
why. That's just where I
Yeah.
wanted to go.
Yeah.
So I had a friend at the time. She lived there, and she was like, "Come on, girl, yeah, let's go." At the time, she was leaving her husband. They were going through some shit. I
Mm-hmm.
left him. She like, "Come on, I got this big old house." Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
So we had it all planned out. I get down there, boop. Nope, that's not what was going on. So I ended up. So the plan was to move to Atlanta, and we
Mm-hmm.
were just gonna start over there. And
Mm.
once we got to Atlanta, me and her split ways, you
Mm.
know, and I was homeless.
Dang.
Yeah, I
That's what
had
I
to
was
send
wondering,
my
because like
kids.
that's what I was worried about already. Is like, oh, once you move, because I went through something similar. It's like once you move, you're in trouble. You don't got that, like you don't got nowhere to go.
Baby,
Yeah.
I was homeless. Yes,
Jeez.
and I had to send my kids up to Michigan to
Yeah.
live with my mom and their grandparents,
Yeah.
and I was, I don't know, that was one of the most, I had just had liposuction done. I was fresh off the table. Like, I'm still walking around with the garment on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I was supposed to be in the bed resting, I was I was, I don't know, like, I was surviving.
Mm-hmm.
One of my childhood friends, she lived in Atlanta, and
Mm-hmm.
she was like, "Come, you can stay with me, till you get on your feet. We're gonna figure this out." And I'm like, "Okay." So I stayed with her. I ended up getting a job as a security guard, and
Okay.
at this club, this big known club is called the U Bar,
Mm-hmm.
and me and the owner had got cool,
Mm-hmm.
and so he was like, "You too fine to be a security guard." You know, he was like, I'm gonna hire you as my driver," because he knew I like to drive.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay. And so he was like, okay. So then come to find out, he was trying to hit on me basically.
Of course.
So that didn't go too far. And
Mm-hmm.
so I quit that. Well, actually they fired me basically. They never put me back. They didn't fire me, but they never put me back on the schedule, just say it like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And I started dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I
How
just
did you
jumped
get
off
to
the
that point where you say, I'm gonna
I don't
dance?
know. I
Okay.
just jumped off the porch. I just was like, listen, one thing about me, I ain't gonna be broke, okay?
Yeah, yeah, of course not. Yeah, that's true.
And I listen, I'm like, I got this badass body.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see what can happen. And my friend sister, she had two pair of dancing shoes, and she let me she let me have them, and well, she let me borrow them, shall I say?
Mm-hmm.
And I had $400 to my name from working at the security place, and I had met
Mm-hmm.
this well-known DJ in Atlanta, and so
Mm-hmm.
me and him was kind of dating a little bit. And so I
Mm-hmm.
was telling him like, yeah, I'm about to go. Like I'm trying to geek myself up. Like, yeah, I'm about to go dance. And
Mm-hmm.
he was like, what? And he was from, he was an African.
Mm-hmm.
He is African. And so,
Mm-hmm.
they don't play that shit about their wives
Mm-hmm.
and their girlfriends and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
he like,
Conservative, yeah.
you
Yeah.
finna go, what?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah. See, he didn't really know. He knew the quiet side, Coco. So once, it was grind time, he met the Coco.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, who is this woman I'm talking to? And so I'm like, take me to the dance store. I gotta give me some outfits because I'm about to go dance.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, is you sure that's what you want to do? Because those girls, like, they be on cocaine and they be
Mm-hmm.
getting pimped and da 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 da
Mm-hmm.
da. You just don't look like that type of girl. And he like, "Oh, it's so many jobs out here. I can try to," because he's an engineer. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
I can try to get you in where I'm like, I'm not working for nobody.
Sounds like a good guy. Mhm.
Yeah, he was trying to marry me.
Yeah, he sounds like a good guy.
Nah, you ain't marrying nothing. So I ended up